Hey, Dan.
Jerry, did you throw my copy of Teach You in the trash?
Well, yeah, it's a shitty game, Dan. It's terrible. You have to play in partners, and then you have to exchange stuff, but your partner could screw you, and I don't even know. I don't know. It went in the trash, all right? I won't have it in this house.
So you figured, even though it wasn't your game, you could just throw it away?
Well, I mean, I didn't just throw it away. First I grabbed it from the shelf, then I put it into the trash can, and then I kicked the trash can rather hard to remind Teach You who was exactly throwing it away.
I've had just about enough of your insolence. I challenge you to a duel.
I have suffered your insolence long enough. If it is a duel that you request, it is a duel you shall receive. Prepare yourself for war.
Seven Wonders is a game of civilization building for 2 to 7 players. At the start of the game, you're going to take one of these cards, and you're actually going to, they're going to be shuffled out randomly. Then you'll take it, and you'll actually rotate it whatever way you want. And then once everyone's done that, they're going to flip simultaneously, and you'll see what civilization you get, and also what side of the boards you're going to use. You'll take your particular civilization, and they're labeled side A, side B, flip it up to whatever side you had on it, or if you want, like if it's your first game or you're playing with some people who've only played once or twice and really still aren't quite sure what they're doing, go with side A because that generally tends to be the easier one. You'll then place it in front of you, and that's the particular civilization that you're going to play. Where you sit does actually matter because the people on your left and right you'll be playing against. I mean, overall you will be playing against everybody, but the person to your right or left does affect you more. Once everyone has their civilization in front of them, you're going to take all the cards from age 1. Now there are 3 ages through the course of the game, 3 rounds. At the end of 3 rounds, whoever has the most points will be the winner. You actually will shuffle them all together. Depending on the number of players, there are some cards you'll take out, so make sure you get them out beforehand, because otherwise it will throw the whole balance of the game off. Deal all of the cards out to everyone evenly. There will be none left over. Everyone's then going to look at their hand, and the basic mechanic of the entire game is that you'll actually draft your whole civilization. Each turn you're going to pick one card from the hand you have, place it face down on your civilization, and then pass it to the right. If it's H2, pass to the left, H3, back to the right again. Once everyone's picked, you'll flip it over, and whatever you picked, depending on what it is, something will happen. Then you'll pick up that hand of cards that you set to the right. You'll pick up the one that's now on your left, look at it, same deal. Pick a card, place it face down, set them to the right, wait till everybody's ready, flip, and whatever happens, happens. Now what the cards do depends on the type of card they are. There are actually 5 basic types of cards that come with the game. There is a 6th card, but it's not used till age 3. The brown cards are the resource cards, and those are the most basic of all cards. These cards will actually allow you to play other cards. On the brown cards, it will list both the name of the resource and then a picture of it up top. So like the clay pool will allow you to build a brick. So once you've picked that and flipped it over, you'll place it actually to the left of your civilization, slightly under it. And you'll make a little ladder that will slowly lean to the left, so that way you see both what you have available and also the name of the card, because you're not allowed to build the same card twice. Very rarely will you even encounter the same card twice, but it can happen, and if it does, you do have to bear in mind, I can't build this because I already have one of them. The resources that you slowly amass here on the side will actually help you build the other cards, because most of the cards have a little price listed on the upper left. So whatever picture's there, you need to have at least that much. So if you have those resources in front of you, you know, hey, you can play this totally free. Now the resources don't go away if you spend them. You get to use them every single round. It's just you need to have at least that in front of you. So if you see the little icon there and you have it, you can, when you flip it over, just be like, oh, I have this, so I'm just going to lay it down in front of me. You are allowed to use your neighbor's resources. There is these little tokens that come with the game that represent coins. At the start of the game, you'll get 3. Depending on what the player to your right or left has, let's say they have something you needed, like you were holding a card and you're like, oh, I wanted to play this, but you're short 1 resource. You see that the person to your left has it. You can, once you flip the card up, be like, ah, I'm building this and I need this, and then you give them the money, thank you. And they actually have no say. If you use the resource, you use it and they profit from it. Hey buddy, listen, I'm a bit sorry. In my urge to have a duel as fast as I possibly could, it occurred to me I don't actually have anything to fight with. Oh, nice. So here's 2 coins, and I'm just going to use some of your shit.
Oh yeah, that seems fair.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Reasonable. Here, do you need a rapier?
I don't know. I suppose I could do something with this.
All right, that's fair. Okay.
Alrighty. I'll look around for a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll be. I'll leave you to it.
Oh, all right.
I don't want to invade your privacy anymore. Are you finding everything all right?
Yeah, just fine.
Okay. Let me know if you need any more assistance.
Interesting assortment of resources you have in here.
Oh yeah, remember, no guns though. Guns are against the rules.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll leave guns. I'll leave the guns here then.
Yeah, if it's a duel, it's got to be with swords.
All right. Yep. Honorable death.
Of course. Just let me know if you need any help. I'll be over here.
Alrighty. There are some cards that will actually list some names of other cards in the lower left corner. Those are telling you that down the road, those particular cards, if you encounter them and you've built the one they're listed on, you will be able to build it for free. And it'll even remind you again if you encounter said card down the road. Because next to the cost, it will list specific other cards, saying that, hey, if you have this, you can list it for free. Or you can build it for free. Which is kind of awesome. So you can do some planning down the road, some strategic planning down the road.
Now, wait a minute. Your sword is longer than mine, and that's not fair. Why do you get the long sword?
Well, you gotta remember, I already have the mask, and if I have the mask, I'm automatically allowed to get the rapier for free.
That doesn't seem like a fair comparison. Just buying a mask does not net you a sword. That's not how
because I was planning
work.
in advance. Having this, you know, I knew down the road I'd be able to get this.
No, just building a library doesn't allow you to all of a sudden build a steakhouse. They're 2 separate things.
Hey, now. Those are 2 separate things.
Yeah.
The library would obviously eventually lead to a college, not a steakhouse.
No, that's not. It would take massive reserves of land. And it would take tons more funding. Like, you couldn't just build one because you already had one existing. Just like buying that mask off eBay doesn't instantly get you a rapier. Unless they were a package deal. It's not fair.
Can we go with package deal? Would that be an acceptable reason?
I can find a decent package deal. Alright. Back.
All right. The other types of cards, the yellow, are commerce cards. They're basically just money and goods. This one, for example, the tavern, 5 coin. Play it automatically, doesn't cost anything, you get 5 coin. There are trading post cards. Depending on the type of card you get, they'll list certain resources and then have either arrows to the right or left, or sometimes both, and then a cost above them. What's that telling you? What that is telling you is that from now on, with this particular one, anyone to your left, you can use said resources from them, but it's now only going to cost you 1 rather than 2. There are culture cards, which are blue. They are just point machines. They do nothing except give you points and allow you to hopefully build other culture cards down the road that are worth even more points. There are science cards, and science cards are... most people consider these to be the most difficult part of the game to understand, because science isn't worth much at the beginning of the game, but the more science cards that you manage to amass in both set and type will give you more points at the end of the game. It's also one of the hardest parts to play because people will have a tendency to get rid of these cards just so you can't have them. And then finally, there are soldier cards, or army cards, depending on how you look at it. They actually will give you these icons that have a sword and shield on them. And at the end of every round, whoever has the most of these will actually defeat their neighbors. So everyone looks at how many they have, count them up. If you have more than your opponent to the right or left, You defeat them, regardless of if they even tried, and you will actually earn points. The first round you'll get 1 point from both the right and left if you have the most, 3 points from the second round, and 5 points from the last round. If you lose to someone on your right or left, you actually will take minus 1 point. However, this never increases. It's always just going to be minus 1 point.
I can't hit you from here.
Oh,
you're directly across from me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can we kind of like
what if like maybe
like we move to the side? Like,
well, what if
if I stand here and then if you stand to the left?
Okay. Well, what if I go over here?
Moving around too much. Okay. All right. I think this would work. I think we can hit each other from here.
Okay. I suppose this could work.
All right.
The only other type of card in the game you don't encounter till age 3, and these are called guild cards. And these are just point-making machines. Depending on what strategy you've taken, you focused a lot on culture cards, or maybe yellow cards, or things like that. These will actually give you more points, and each one is different. There are a set amount that come with the game, and you only play with so many depending on how many players you have. You also don't know what's going in, because they're all shuffled, dealt face down, and then put into the deck. So you don't want to plan for like, oh, I will do this because I know this particular guild card will give me a lot of points in the end. On each civilization sheet there are 3 spots, or more or less depending on the civilization, and these are considered to be your wonders. They have a resource cost listed on them, just like any other card, and then an effect. Most of them are pretty simple. They'll just give you points, or they'll give you soldiers or resources or something like that. Some of them do have special ones. And if you're wondering what they mean, you can just check the rulebook and it actually says, this particular icon means that this civilization is allowed to do this. At the end of age 3, you take this handy-dandy score chart and you add up the totals everyone has earned from everything. So, you know, how much did you make from soldiers? You can earn points from having money. For every 3 coins you have, you're going to earn 1 point. So sometimes people will just try to amass massive amounts of money. Your wonders, culture cards, things like that, you add them all up, and whoever has the most points at the end is the winner. If there's a tie, it comes down to whoever has the most coins.
Hi, I'm Jerry, and this is a component breakdown for 7 Wonders. Now, 7 Wonders it's great, of course. It's really well made. Look at all of these lists of awards it's won. That's how you know that it's good. Okay, artwork-wise, the game is very, very nice. A lot of time and attention was put into each individual card, and this is a lot of ways a deck building game. So there is a lot of different cards. Okay, component-wise, in terms of these little pieces, they're good. The little cardboard things. You got the 3s and the 1s and the coins, and the boards are quite well crafted for each civilization. A lot of attention had to go into the actual wonders. So as a result, these are artist depictions of what they felt the 7 wonders, some of them would look like, and obviously with the pyramids of Giza, it's just the actual pyramids of Giza. But so a lot of artistic interpretation went into it. Artwork-wise, this game is it's fantastic. Whoever designed it did a great job. Past that, we reach a point where I'm like, what more can I say about it? Because yeah, it's fantastically done. The artwork is great. It's very entertaining to look at. The game is quick. It's a deck builder. It's fun. Everything's pretty well put together. Decent card stock in terms of this. Tokens are all good. Everything's pretty durable. The cards wear out rather quickly, but that's just the fact that they're always passed back and forth. We haven't had this copy of 7 Wonders too long, and already the cards are starting to show some bend, because you know they're not ideal. They're just what they are. They get the job done. So component-wise, 7 Wonders obviously gets a great pass. It's a great game in terms of components. A lot of attention went into the artwork, and the artist for this game did an excellent job. So kudos to you, sir, because your depiction of the ancient wonders leaves me breathless. It's wonderful. It's magnanimous, damn it.
journey down the canals of time to a land long before you and I where great wonders stood. Well, you know, until they fell down from earthquakes and other ways, lying buried in the ground. First there are the very mighty triangles that are made of sand, hauled to place by the slaves that probably relate to Dan, and this tribute stretched until it fetched the mighty hand of God shining down on the pyramids of Giza. Then there are not one but two, nestled in the heart of Greece, statues of such mighty men as Rhodes and Zeus that never cease, until of course the winds of change brought these mighty minstrels down. If you look, I'm sure that you'll note they're nowhere to be found. Then there are the two wonders that were very clearly built for girls, the Hanging Gardens and the Temple of Artemis. Oh my word, I hope the men who built them got something else in return. Some ancient sex would surely vex this awesome, timeless burn. Finally there's the Lighthouse, and that one that's hard to say, the mausoleum of Harry Truman or something anyway. The Greeks were such poor builders that they don't even exist today. And if you're counting, that's all 7 ancient wonders. The ancient wonders. The ancient wonders. Ancient wonders. The ancient wonder. The ancient wonder.
当是美国人，他是本，他不说中文，我是香港。 我是香港，很好香港。
It's hot in there.
Yeah, yeah, it looks hot. Whew, it looks hot.
Well,
Sam,
that's
let me
twice
just say-
now you've killed me.
Let me just say how refreshing it is that you're the one this time in your skivvies. Because usually
Yeah.
it's me. I'm usually the one doing the half-naked stunts. So it's nice to not be alone for once. 7 wonders.
And yet still, I'm the one who dies
Well,
again.
you're always going to be the one who does.
7 Wonders!
7 Wonders. Good
7
game.
Wonders.
7 Wonders is.
Yep, indeed, indeed.
Well, what's your score?
I actually do enjoy 7 Wonders quite a bit. I give it a 9 out of 10. 7 Wonders is one of those games for me that, like, because I know there's other games that have, used the drafting mechanic in one way, shape, or form, like I've done it with Magic and a few others. This to me, though, was like, it hit the perfect blend of, like, strategy mixed with social interaction. I mean, you can play with up to 7 people in this. It doesn't take, an amazingly long time. There is actual strategy. I mean, there's very little actual luck in the game. It gets really high scores for me just because it's one of the few games that, no matter who I'm playing it with, where I'm playing it, when I'm playing it, every single time cards get passed to me, I'm excited. Like, there's never a moment in this game where I'm like, oh man, I'm bored. Like, it just always holds my attention extremely well, and for that I give it a 9 out of 10. Like, I do enjoy 7 Wonders quite a bit.
No, that's fair. I can't get behind the game. I don't know what it is. The game is very well designed. The mechanics are good. I mean, it's a drafting mechanic, but still, it's well done. All the artwork is just magnanimous. It's wonderful. Yet I still, for some reason, can't decide why I don't like this game. Like, I don't hate it, I'm neither here nor there on it. It may be the shortened time span, it may be the kind of luck of the draw in terms of cards and the strategy that has to consistently adjust by minute amount. It may be the fact that there's only maybe 3 or 4 possible ways to win it, and there's a couple that are almost always more successful, so they're the best bets. I don't have a good reason for giving it a 7 out of 10, which is what I'm giving it. But
7 out of 10 ain't bad.
yeah. I mean, I know that this is very, very heralded amongst critics and about fans who love this game. But here we are. 7 out of 10 is the best I can muster. I can't physically force myself to cough up a better score than that. So 7 out of 10, and you be thankful, 7 Wonders.
Yeah, 7 out of 10. Not bad. 9 out of 10. Equals out to an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. So 8 out of 10 is our Boardgasm score for 7 Wonders. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Well, are you ready to settle this once and for all?
Yeah, just let me put pants on first.
I would agree with that idea.
That probably is a good idea.
Pants make for a healthier home.
Mm-hmm. Boardgasm.
Boardgasm. Boardgasm.